What's up, everyone? This is G-Ball Vision, and today we are taking a look at some of the items I use on a daily basis to make life easier, get through the day. While we're getting started, let me know down in the comments what you have for your EDC today. The first item we're going to kick the video off with is something I rely on every single day, all day long, and that is going to be power banks. I will have all these items linked down below in the description and in the pinned comment. This first power bank here is going to be coming from a company called Inu. They're right around the $20 price point. Got a couple of additional features here. You have this little kickstand that you can lay your phone down while you're charging it and watch a video. You have a digital screen there to let you know your battery life. Power button. You have 3 USB outputs, 2 USBs and 1 USB-C, or you have 3 outputs, 2 of them are USB, 1 is USB-C. That is also going to be your input. It does have the quick charging feature, and it does charge up pretty quickly, and it also charges devices very quickly. 10,000 milliamp hours for $20 to get a reliable 10,000 milliamp hours for $20. That is a solid deal. I've had this for about 7 months, and it has gone through a daily to every other day, getting charged, dying, getting charged, dying, getting used all the time. Ashley uses them, and what that means, they get dropped on concrete, wood, ceramic, tile. So they need to be pretty tough. And this one has been very resilient and very easy to use, very convenient to use, because whether I have a regular USB that I need to output into something, or if it's USB-C, I have the ability to use both, and it has both quick charging features. Big fan of this little power bank. Next up, we're taking a look at the Roaring Fire Gear Ridger here. Now, to be honest with you, I really don't care what people think. I have kids in sports, and we go various places, not real far away, but I like having some sort of bag, whether it's a pouch I grab or it's a sling bag. And one of the sling bags over the last 6 or 7 months that I've been going to pretty much on a weekly basis, and sometimes even more than that, has been this kind of waist pack slash sling bag. Now, it is more of a waist pack, and I don't use it that way. I pretty much hold it like this, like if I'm at my son's baseball practice or game, if it's not sitting in the car, I have it, I'm holding it. But it's just nice to throw a wallet in, throw a power bank in, and throw some other various items in here when you're at the house, and kind of grab this and go. I wear, a lot of shorts and athletic pants and sweatpants, and sometimes I don't want those pockets all bulky and carrying a bunch of stuff, because I already got a couple knives on me, and, I need some extra space for other items. So this is what I've been pretty much using when I leave, to have some supplies with me that will make things quite a bit easier. And it's a solid pack. They're like $50, and they come in a couple different materials. Pretty sure you can get the nylon type material here, and then you can also get the wax canvas version, which both of them have pros, and one's not necessarily better than the other. They just have a slightly different look. Either way, you're going to get a nice patch wall here. You have YKK zippers, and Roaring Fire Gear is a solid company. Durtex buckles, which they are, they're the best in the business. Good clips there, and like I said, easy to carry. It don't weigh much by itself, and everything's really solid. And then other times I'll throw the entire waist pack just kind of around my shoulder like a sling bag. But that's one of the items I've been using, and I don't really care, what people think. So I've also had these for about 7 or 8 months. I bought these to try them out, try the company out. They are coming from a company called JLab, and This has been a solid product for the last 7 months. I've strictly only used these earbuds, and they're really solid. For 25 bucks, I can't ask for a whole lot more. I am, however, going to be testing a new set out just to try something else, right? Another $25 pair or $30 pair, just for something to do. But I use earbuds all the time, whether it's for listening to content, whether it's for listening to my own videos and editing, making phone calls. It's just nice to, if you're out and about or you're at home, you don't want to disturb whoever else, or you're out in public and you don't want your conversation being, displayed, but you don't want to have to hold your phone up to your head. Earbuds are really nice to have, whether you want to admit it or not. It does come with a nice charging case, and what I really like is it has the USB-C cord built right into it. So I can plug this into one of my power banks, charge these up while I'm on the go. It just makes it very convenient. I don't have to, although a lot of my stuff runs on USB-C, there are a lot of items I have that don't require me to have a USB-C cord with me. I usually always do, but something like this just makes it a lot easier to deal with. Like I said, listening to music, listening to videos, taking phone calls, they're not going to be like Bose, speakers or insert whoever. But for 25 bucks, these JLab Go Pop Pros have been very solid for the 20 bucks that I picked them up for 7 or 8 months ago. Next up, we're taking a look at the Olight O-Clip Pro. We do a lot of bike riding, and we do a lot of different stuff outdoors. And Ashley always has one of these with her. She always has one on her purse. She takes one everywhere with her. They are the ultimate convenience for you. Having this O-Clip here is just awesome. They are really lightweight. They are about 40 bucks. They do make a smaller one called the O-Clip. But, if you're going to get one, I would go with the Pro. The O-Clips, I use them fairly often. Like if these are getting charged or whatever, I'll use one of those. But you're getting a lot more out of the Pro series. So you have the ability to clip this onto whatever, whether it's a shirt, a purse, a backpack, whatever it might be, whatever you can think of and whatever it'll fit on, this will clip on. It has little rubber feet there to have grip. There's also a really strong magnet built into this, so it can be magnetized to whatever is magnetic. And then you also have 3 different lighting modes you can go through here. That's your power switch. Easy to manipulate this thing. Red light, white floodlight, white throw light, and then you can just cycle through all your different modes by holding the button down, and it's very easy. Battery indicator light there. Very simple to use. Ultra convenient. You do have a metal door there for your USB-C, which is really nice. That is all waterproofed inside there anyway, but you do have that nice little door to keep everything clean. These are ultra convenient. And if I didn't say, these come in right around $40, and they have a 500 lumen max output. So a nice little powerful light for the money. What the really cool thing is, if I miss something that you maybe would have liked to have been covered, like the weight, the size, so on and so forth, if you are really interested, that's why I put those links down there, direct links to the product. Then you can go and read finer specs that were not mentioned. The next item we're going to be taking a look at is a bit driver, and I've showed this a couple of times, at least one other time, but this is a bit driver from Off Grid. And although they specialize in sharp tools, they also make a few other gadgets, and this is one of them. It's just called the off-grid driver. It's a full aluminum body. You have this nice ball bearing spinner up here, which is nice to mess around with, but it also comes in real nice when you actually have to use this. It comes with, built into the handle, a T6, 8, and 10. They are color coded, makes it very easy. I highly recommend having this to anyone who's into knives and EDC. It's just a nice, easy way to maintain your knives. I'm constantly messing with knives, so I'm tightening body screws up, clip screws, pivots, undoing things. So this gets used quite a bit. It sits up here on my desk, and it is, just ultra convenient. All the bits are right there at my disposal. Throw them in, good strong magnets all the way around. These are going to, depending on where you're looking at these drivers between Amazon and their website, they're going to be right around 25 bucks. 25, 30 bucks. And I think that's a solid price. You have some knurling there for a little bit of added grip. It's a good size. It's not too large. It's not too long, but it has a good thickness to it where you can actually get a good grip on this thing. If you need a little extra torque, you got a, pivot that's glued in there, with a red Loctite or something. You might be able to get it out with this little beast. Next up, I get quite a few comments throughout the week and months about what watch I'm wearing or whatever. And the one I've been wearing for quite a while, I'm not like a watch guy, watch freak. I have, 6 or 8 watches, but nothing, crazy. This one I was drawn to, though, and decided to spend the extra, the extra money that, I was going to buy a knife with or whatever. I decided to get this Citizen Men's Eco Drive Weekender Bryson chronograph here. This comes in right around I've seen them down around 210, 215, and then up to like 300. It depends on the variation and the watch. This one, though, you can usually pick up around 210 to 220. Comes with the leather band. It's got the ability to use light to charge it, so you don't have to worry about batteries, which is something I really like. I like that fact. Not a watch guy, like I said. Stainless steel, really gentlemanly look to it. You can buy bands for it, though, different colors, different styles, which I'm looking at getting some different colors. But that's the watch that I've been using, and I'll have a couple of them linked down below. They have different colors, different colored bands, but I like the brown with the white and the blue and white face. Looks good, looks clean, and this is probably, the biggest step I'll take in the watch game for a little bit. And maybe I won't go any further than this. This is all I would, really need with some of the G-Shocks that I have for, getting beaten on them. But this is the watch I wear 80-90% of the time now. Once in a while, I'll switch it, but I absolutely love this watch. It looks good. It's not too flashy, but it looks pretty good. Next up, only the old OGs of G-Ball Vision will have seen this before. This Aim Tom power station here is something I, also along with power banks, highly recommend having even larger power stations, solar generators, dual fuel generators, because power is something we use a ton of. And if the power is out for hours or days, weeks, you're going to want certain things to maintain a little bit of sanity and a little bit of comfort. But I've had this since January of 2021. The cool thing about Amazon is you can refer to when you bought certain stuff. And I've had this for a long time. Use this a ton. It does have solar chargeable capabilities with the AIM-TOM solar panels. It's a 42,000 milliamp hour battery, so we're talking four and a half of those regular power banks. You also have the ability to plug in to a 12 volt. You have 3 different USB outputs, and then you have a 110 here, and it's set up for different plugs. You have a battery indicator there. You have the ability to turn the AC output on and off, and it's got a little flashlight there with the DC input, and just a solid little power station. It's not a big one or anything like that, but it does have some really nice capabilities. You can pick these up for like $100 to $120 on Amazon. It's got the nice little carrying handle, but this usually is around the kitchen and often plugged into for phones, tablets, that sort of thing. But another thing I haven't admittedly utilized this for is taking it out on certain car trips. You know, if you're just going 10 minutes up the road, you don't need to put this in there in your vehicle. But if you're going for an extended period, a couple hours or a couple days, something like this would be awesome to have, because it comes with the ability to charge it right from the vehicle. It comes with the 12 volt plug in to this, comes with the wall outlet to plug in, and then it comes with a input for 12 volt too, so you can plug a cigarette lighter, into that. If you have like an inverter or something, you could plug into that. Whatever. It's got a lot of capabilities. $120. You're going to get a ton of charging out of this for phones, tablets, and stuff like that. And it's going to be very easy to charge and maintain. And it's going to be obviously, 4 years plus in, and it's still holding up today. So I know I'm getting you with battery banks, power, but they, we use them, right? I think if you don't use one of these, I'd like to know, how you do it really. They're just ultra convenient, and it's not even just for your phone. It's for a plethora of other things. But anyway, I've had these Asprix battery banks for about 6 months, and just like with the previous Inu 10,000, I use these on a daily to every other day basis. Charge them, kill them, charge them, kill them, right? And just use them constantly. And we have a digital indicator there, 10,000 milliamp hour, as it says. That's why I didn't say it. You get a 2-pack for $20, and typically, I've always told you, I'm not a fan of those deals. And I'm still, a long way from being, for just blindly recommending items. I've had so much bad experience with 2-packs for $20, $25. They're just, but 6 months of heavy use, dropping these on the ground, pavement, concrete, floors, still working, still running 6 months later. It has a USB-C cord built in. It's got the, mini USB or whatever, the older middle USB. I don't remember what they're called. Doesn't really matter. And then we have a USB out, and then we have a USB-C in and out. So this thing's loaded up. You don't have to have the cord with you. Not necessarily if it's just one item you're looking to charge. It's one thing I like about these, and so does Ashley, is the cord is built right into this thing. Plug it right in, throw it in your purse, your bag, throw it on the counter, whatever, and it's there. So having that built in is really nice. And the other nice thing is it's built in. Somebody else can plug into it as well, or you can plug up another device. So far, 6 months in, I'm going to give these the green light. They're going to continue to be used, and I'll report back around the holidays, and we'll see how long these hold up. But so far, so good for the Asprix 10,000. So next up This, you could put anything in this spot, but the pen that I use a ton, the pen that I use an absolute ton, and I have Tactile Turns, Big Idea Designs. I love them all. They're all good. I have more inexpensive pens, but the one I find myself using pretty much all the time is this Reich PTA. It is a tool cone titanium pen design, full titanium, bolt action mechanism, really solid. These are like $80, used to be 100, but you know, it is expensive for a pen, especially if you're just hearing about more expensive pens for the first time. But they go much more expensive than something like this. $80 for the name, the material, the build of this, the fit and the finish, everything is really well executed, and then you factor in all that really cool milling everywhere. Love this pen. It is so well done. It's not so loud that it's like that looks ridiculous. This just looks awesome. It's really well done. This is one of my favorite pens right here, coming from Reich and Couture. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad. Now, I know they flow in and out of stock. Their pens do, as far as Reich and Couture. But they will flow in and out of stock, and they have other options as well on there. So, you know, a couple different variations, but this has been my favorite pen for quite a while. So, you want to know what one of the toughest flashlights that I have experience with, at least? It's going to be this Woobin X3. I have had this for a year and a half, maybe even a little longer than that. This flashlight has been through extreme cold, like 10 degrees. This thing has been through, and I mean extended periods of that. I'm talking extreme heat, 100 degree, 110 degree type of heat. And it's been through long durations of that. It does look beat up. It looks worn. But one thing holds true is this thing still works just as good as it did the day that I bought it. We are looking at $65 for this thing. You can use it as an EDC light. I have used it a majority of the time out here, and those are some of the temperature fluctuations I have been experienced to over the last couple of years out here where I film. That is much more under control these days, and certain things are not exposed to that. But not only that, this was exposed to direct sunlight through glass for long periods of time as well. And a lot of that was intentionally. You know, I wanted to see, you know, would it continue to keep working, exposed to all that stuff. And I've done that with a couple of things that are going to be talked about in the future. But the X3, they call it the OWL. It has a rotating head, so you can use it kind of as a straightforward flashlight, or you can flip it around, put it on a backpack, whatnot, and shoot the light forward. You could throw it on the bill of a cap, and you can use it as a kind of headlight, if you will. You have an OLED organic LED screen there. Very simple user interface. One touch to turn it on. Cycle through everything. You just press and hold down. Very clean, very good light. Double tap for turbo, triple tap for strobe. Very simple. You can also turn the body on, as you see here with the blue light, and do hold that on, keep it on. And then you have magnetic feet here if you want to magnetize it to something. One of my favorite flashlights, though, because of how tough it is, how small it is. It's got good power, 700 lumen max out, as I showed there. A good price point. Really solid little EDC light that is tough as hell. One of the most used items that I use every day is going to be this little flex tail lantern here. These are going to come in right around the $83 price point, but right now they're having this huge sale until May 31st. They're also running this wheel spinner where you can win prizes and discounts and all that sort of thing. So you can probably get this a little bit cheaper than full price. And I think I might have a coupon code that I can put down in the description. But this is called the Max Lantern. It's a 3-in-1 vintage lantern, and it's a very easy item to use. You do have a USB-C charging port in the butt end there, and it has a little rubber gasket. I was just charging it while filming this video. You have the ability to turn this into a humidifier. You can see the top comes off there, and you can lock that up. We can spin this on, and then you can see there we have the humidifier. You can also turn on an upper light. You have a switch down here, and you can push that in, possibly. Or no, it's a double click, I'm sorry. And then it's pushing it in to cycle through your various modes. So once you cycle through the 3 modes, it'll go back to off. Double click to turn it on. That's kind of your soft camping in the tent light or background light, whatever. A little bit of extra light. Then you need a little bit more. You got the white and yellow combo there with the top still rolling in. And then you got just bright white with a little bit of the soft. And this thing is really cool. You also have the ability to use this as a battery bank, so you can run a USB-C from the charging port there, and you can charge various devices up. It's got a 9,600 milliamp hour battery in it. So not too shabby as far as a battery is concerned. You basically have one of them power banks inside this gizmo here. So pretty cool little lantern, and I'm kind of a lantern. I like lanterns, okay? I have lots of lanterns. I like old school ones. Admittedly, don't have a bunch of those, but anything but the old school style lanterns, I have a bunch of them. Whether they're battery, propane, rechargeable, whatever it is, I have a bunch of them. I just like them. I like the idea of a lantern, 360-degree light, and with nowadays you have the ability to turn the lantern into a power bank, a humidifier. I mean, the options are getting just more and more vast, and it's been really cool to see kind of the technology going into these items. And then you also have a battery indicator light down there with 4 dots to let you know what your battery life is on this feller. But I can say, using it all the time along with my O-Light lantern, this thing has held up well over the last 6 months and been a nice addition to the lantern collection I have rolling here. You guys will have to let me know, what is an item that you rely on a daily or weekly basis? Love to hear from you guys, your thoughts and opinions. Let me know what your favorite item from today's video was. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Share this video with any fellow gear lovers in your life. I would appreciate it. Helps grow the channel, helps these videos out. If you are new yourself here to the G-Ball Vision channel, I'd love to have you here. I release videos like this every day. I'll pop up a couple of new videos for you. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.